Many of us are still eating, but I'm going to go ahead and get the program started, if you don't mind. The 2013 Athletics Hall of Honor Induction Banquet. And again, welcome. My name is Scott Leo. And as I mentioned before, I'm the advisor for our campus radio station, WUSO, which actually is going back on the air tomorrow morning for the first time in about a year and a half. So we're really excited about that. It's located in the basement of Firestein Hall, and so we have a plug to put us off the air. But tomorrow morning, starting at 11 o'clock, we will have an open house if you want to stop by and see the brand new studios, and then we're going to have the football broadcast on as well. So we're excited about that. We're going to hear from our inductees here in just a few moments, but first, with some welcoming remarks, I'd like to welcome up here President of the University, Dr. Lori Joyner.
Well, on behalf of everyone at Wittenberg University, I would like to welcome you all back for Homecoming Weekend 2013. This is one of the most exciting and fun-filled weekends or annual events at Wittenberg, and I'm so pleased to be able to share this time with you. Homecoming offers a chance to celebrate our active, engaged learning environment, our history, and of course, our rich athletic traditions. What better way to do that than to pay tribute to some of the best and brightest scholar athletes this great university has ever produced. Tonight, we will do just that, offering our thanks, gratitude, and appreciation for the athletic and academic performance of 5 great Tigers who will take their place in an Athletics Hall of Honor, which numbers now just over 200. This is impressive and select company that Jeanette Baier Gould, Jeff Brown, Scott Copeland, Evie Day, and Eleanor Roller now keep, especially when you consider all the championships and awards that have been won by Wittenberg student athletes dating back more than a century. In reading about their achievements, it appears that our selection committee could not have made more appropriate choices. Jeanette Baier Gould is one of the finest field hockey and lacrosse players in Wittenberg history. Jeff Brown led the entire nation in batting average as a senior on the baseball field. Scott Copeland played 4 straight NCAA men's golf tournaments and earned All-America honors twice. Evie Day won more than 93% of her tennis matches while wearing the red and white. And Eleanor Roller fittingly rounds out this class after she blazed a trail for today's female athletes as a field hockey and basketball player in the late 1940s. She is being inducted posthumously, but will be represented today by several family members who are with us. I would also like to take a moment to pay tribute to all the members of the Hall of Honor in attendance tonight. If you have previously been inducted, would you please stand so everyone here can take time to salute you as well. Congratulations to each of you. The power and pride associated with Tiger athletics at Wittenberg is palpable this evening. And I want to thank you for allowing me to share in this momentous occasion. While I wish I could spend the entire evening here with you, we are recognizing some distinguished alumni back on campus, so I must leave to the prior to the conclusion of this event. Before I do, however, let me say that the winning tradition of Wittenberg athletics and the list of accomplishments are amazing. And I want to reiterate just a few of them to you tonight. In 2011-12, in the 2011-12 Learfield Sports Directors Cup, Wittenberg finished 50th out of more than 440 NCAA Division III schools. Our men's basketball team leads the NCAA Division III list in all-time victories. Our football team, of course, became the first NCAA Division II or III program to reach 700 all-time wins in 2011. placing Wittenberg with some of the most storied college programs in this country, including Ohio State, Michigan, Alabama, and Notre Dame. And they have a pretty good streak going up to this point, and we look forward to them beating their opponent tomorrow. And in 2011, our volleyball team won the NCAA Division III championship. Yes, we have much to celebrate, and I am humbled to be at an institution where the role of athletics connects in such a deep way to our mission. Thank you to all of our honorees for inspiring us, for serving as wonderful ambassadors, and for sharing your passion and pride for this place wherever you go. You make us very, very proud. It's now my privilege to turn over the rest of the 2013 Wittenberg Athletics Hall of Honor ceremony to Scott Leo, the radio voice of the Tigers, and our MC for tonight's festivities, Dr. Jeff Ankrum, our Interim Director of Athletics. Thank you and congratulations.
Dr. Ankrum up to say a few words if you would like. Otherwise, we will hear from the inductees as well. Dr. Ankrum.
Thanks, Scott. You don't need any of my words. Thanks, President Joyner. I'm looking forward to hearing from about all of the inductees, including one of my former students.
All right, now for our recognition of the inductees. Our first 2013 inductee was a standout in field hockey and women's lacrosse. She holds several field hockey school records for goalkeepers, including saves in a career and a season. And she earned a total of 5 all-conference and all-region awards between 2 sports during her collegiate career. From the class of 1991, please welcome Jeanette Baier Gould.
And I'd like to take this time to recognize a few folks from my support system. First, I'm going to start with a little bit of background. I was 17 and a senior in high school when I received a letter from the field hockey coach about a small liberal arts school in Ohio. Living in Maryland at the time, I had never heard of Wittenberg University. The letter from the coach suggested that I visit Wittenberg, attend a few classes, meet a few of the current field hockey team members, and with some encouragement from my parents, we made the long drive to Springfield. I had been on a few college tours, but until that early spring visit to Wittenberg, I had never really visualized myself as a part of a college community, and I had found my home for the next 4 years. So I thank my parents for their love and support, and also thank Coach Dr. Arena for sending an invitation to explore what Wittenberg has to offer. So while at Wittenberg, the coaches and the faculty encouraged me to grow within my comfort zone, which was the athletic field, and outside my comfort zone, which is the classroom. And I couldn't have asked for a more supportive environment than what I found here. 2 teachers who help the students to thrive, even when the students aren't always present in the classroom. So thank you to the professors who support and understand the important role that the athletics can play in students' life. I also want to thank my field hockey and lacrosse teammates, many of whom have become lifelong friends. They taught me that much can be accomplished on and off the field when we build each other up and we work together. Finally, I want to thank my husband, Todd. And this may sound a little strange because he's not a graduate of Wittenberg University. In fact, I didn't even know him. I met him my senior year. Kind of a little bit of background is I was a goalie on the field hockey team. And one of the warm-up drills we used to do was to have players hit the ball at the goalkeeper, and we called it hitting, go hit the ball at the goalkeeper. Well, Todd came out to Wittenberg in the fall of 1990, which was my senior year, to visit a friend. Well, she happened to also be the manager of the field hockey team. So he came out to field hockey practice with her that day, and she said, "I want you to go hit on the goalie." Excuse me, he was successful.
Our next inductee led all three NCAA divisions with a 500 batting average en route to first team All-America honors and North Coast Athletic Conference Player of the Year recognition for the Tiger baseball team in 1992. His name appears on numerous school record lists, and he still holds the school record for career batting average at Wittenberg. Please welcome from the class of 1992, Jeff Brown.
I'd like to start off by thanking the committee and also it's an honor going in with such a good class of athletes. Wittenberg to me was a challenge on multiple levels, academically, socially, and athletically, and 2 out of 3 ain't bad. So I'm going to work on the social part. I'd also like to thank my family. If it wasn't for my mother and father, college would never happened, and it wasn't. It was not an option for us. It was something they said that we had to do. Being, my brother, having an older brother helped out a bunch because I always wanted to try to beat him in everything, and he was always faster, always older. So, but Wittenberg was very special to me. In a lot of ways, but I don't remember everything as far as all the games and everything. But I remember all the good people, whether it be the professors, the teammates, and long-term friends forever. And that, to me, I'm very grateful for. Baseball has always treated me well. It's actually, if it wasn't for one of my teammates at Wittenberg, that's how I met my wife, Laura. Our starting second baseman, Jeff Ballard. I was honored to be in his wedding, and my wife Laura was the maid of honor for his wife. So we actually met. If it wasn't for baseball, we never would have, and Wittenberg, we never would have met. So I'd like to thank Jeff for that. And I just have one brief story. It was my first at-bat at Wittenberg. I was nervous. I just wanted to make the team. And I remember that we were playing on a high school field, and I got into the pinch hit. And I got up to bat, and it was a high school field. I hit a home run opposite field. I was excited. And the game was over. My teammates gave me a hard time. In a good way. And we get to Burger King having our meal after the game, and this old guy came up to me and says, "What are you doing? Why are you going to the game and swinging it the first pitch? You know better than that." He just totally rips me. I waited until he got done chastising me, and I go up to our coach. I go, "Coach, who is that guy?" He goes, "Well, that's my dad." We got to be careful what we say sometimes. I'd like to thank everybody again. I really appreciate everything.
Our next inductee is one of a select few student athletes in university history to get a chance to compete in the NCAA Division III tournament 4 consecutive years. He earned Golf All-America honors twice and All-OAC honors 3 times during his collegiate career, capped by medalist honors in the 1986 Conference Championship Tournament. Please welcome from the class of 1986, Scott Copeland.
Thank you all so much for being here. It's an honor to be recognized in this great group of athletes that are in attendance this evening and also past representatives. Thank you so much for being here. I want to thank my family for being here with me tonight. We currently reside in Miami, Florida. My parents still reside in Columbus, Ohio. They're both here with me this evening, as well as my wife and my 2 children, 15 and 12, Jack and Charlie, and my wife, Inslee. I'm also honored to have a couple of roommates in college for my senior year here at Wittenberg University with me this evening. Scott Norman is here, who is a basketball player here at Wittenberg, and his wife, Nikki, and my other college roommate, my senior year, Greg Brooksy, who played on the tennis team all 4 years here at Wittenberg University, and it's a pleasure to have him here. It makes it even more special that my family and my friends could be here this evening. I want to also thank the coaches that I had while I was here at Wittenberg. Hall of Fame coaches, not necessarily for golf, but for football. Bob Rosencrantz was my coach my freshman and sophomore year, and Coach Dave Maurer was my coach my junior and senior year. They're both very well known for their football days. They may have not been the greatest golf coaches, but they were great mentors to us as men. But I can still remember, actually, my freshman year was the last year, 1982 was the last year that the old gymnasium was here at Wittenberg University. The new gymnasium was open my sophomore year. We used to hit balls in the wintertime off the gymnasium floor in the old gym in the nets, and I used to think that that was like state of the art. We were in the hitting in the nets, and we used to think that that was just to catch me out. I also need to give special recognition to someone that's not here. My high school golf coach named Dave Regal from Worthington, Ohio. If it weren't for Dave Regal, I wouldn't say if it weren't for him, my parents obviously. If it weren't for them, I wouldn't be here at Wittenberg. But Coach Dave Regal sat me down. I had aspirations of going to a big school to play golf. Coach Regal sat me down and said, look, you're a smarter man. If you go to a smaller school where you can enjoy college, you can enjoy the life, and you can play golf all 4 years and enjoy the heck out of it and do better in grades rather than go to a big school, maybe never play, and work your butt off, and you will enjoy the college atmosphere. It was some of the greatest. I didn't like the advice then, but looking back on it, it was some of the best advice that I ever had, and I thank him for that. You know, the game of golf is an extraordinary game. You meet a lot of great people. It's a great individual competition. It's a great way to travel and see the United States. But I'm lucky to have parents that introduced me to the game of golf, because if it weren't for them, I would have never been here at Wittenberg playing golf, and I thank them for that. I also want to very fortunate that Wittenberg University gave me the opportunity to play golf. It's a great game of golf. It's a great thing that's opened many doors for me, and I really appreciate being here tonight. Thank you so much for the honor. Thank you.
Our next inductee led the Tiger women's tennis team to a 36-4 record and numerous league and conference titles during her collegiate career. Individually, she was even more dominant, piling up 44 singles wins, which was a school record for more than 20 years, and a 936 winning percentage, second best in program history. Please welcome from the class of 1985, E.B. Day.
Hi, everybody. Tonight, I feel like the luckiest gal in the world. And you know why? That table right there. They have been my biggest supporters through and through. And none of us who have gotten this recognition have gotten here by ourselves. We've all accomplished great things, but we've had great coaches, great professors, great teammates, fantastic cheerleaders, great families, and all of that combined is what brought us here. Wittenberg was to me my second family. My team, my tennis team was my second family. And I think moments like this, you start to realize what is the most important thing to you. And it's family, it's teamwork, and we all had challenges, we all pushed each other. Our coaches pushed us, the players pushed us, Wittenberg pushed us, and we strived and we really accomplished some great things together. But when it comes down to it, what means the most to me is family. And Wittenberg was my family's my family. And I guess bottom line, when I think about Wittenberg, I think about it taught me to be myself and share myself with others and strive for something better. And I will always be indebted to this university. Thank you.
Inductee for the class of 2013 in the Hall of Honor is honored for her exploits in field hockey and in basketball. She is represented by her brother Richard Blake, who is a Wittenberg grad, class of 1958. This inductee served 2 years as an officer in the Women's Athletic Association and was a charter member of Phi Delta Pi before embarking on a long career as a phys ed teacher and a Lutheran camp counselor. Of the class of 1950, Eleanor Roller, represented by her brother Richard Blake.
I think first of all, Eleanor has been dead now, died 10 years ago. And I'm not her brother. Eleanor never married. She was a bridesmaid at our wedding, and where I met her sister, Gertrude, who graduated from Wittenberg in 1954, sitting there at the table with me. I graduated in 1958. My oldest son, Bruce, was sitting there at the table with a 1980 graduate. My other son, Ben, is sitting there at the table with us, 1983 graduate of Wittenberg College and Wittenberg University. I'm sorry. Gertrude's the only graduate from Wittenberg College. And also my nephew, Scott, from the class of 1986, is here. And you can see that Eleanor had an influence on her family. All of the things that are in the program are true. She was a great person. And I am her brother-in-law, but I'm not her brother. Bring that clear. And I think one of the most valuable things is, I guess I can't call it valuable. One of the things she learned at Wittenberg that some of the younger people cannot appreciate about young ladies that attended Wittenberg at this era had to be back in the dorm 7 o'clock. Now, if you wanted to date a girl during the week, they was allowed up to 11 o'clock on weekends if they signed up with the house mother on a sheet. But if you wanted to break these rules, you sort of had to learn how to escape from the dormitory. Well, this comes into Eleanor's life later in her life when she had to be put into a nursing home, and she learned how to escape from that. It created a few problems. But if she was here, she would feel she was blessed. And I could tell you any kind of tales you wanted to hear about her, because I think there's only one person out there that might dispute it. Mrs. Brillhart? If her memory and her hearing is still sharp, she can hit by fifths. But I thank you all so much. Eleanor was a wonderful person and a wonderful sister-in-law. Thank you very much.
I think we'll all agree that Wittenberg has a lot of great tradition, and its athletic tradition is a significant part of it. And this class of 2013, these 5 inductees now bring our total to 206 inductees into the Wittenberg Hall of Honor, some of the finest student athletes ever on campus. Let's have a round of applause again for this 2013 inductee. And then what we like to do each year before you guys take off, any of our previous inductees, we'd like to get everybody together for a picture over here on this side of the room. So before you take off, if all of the 2013 and previous years, if you're an inductee of the Hall of Honor, if you could make your way over, we want to get a picture with everyone. And then all of our inductees will be honored as well at halftime of the football game tomorrow, so we'll see you then. Thanks for coming.